Alright, so what's going on, guys? My name's Chopper, and in this video, guys, I'm going to show you how to unlock the Mountaineer character on World War II Zombies, and you guys know how these challenges work. You need to survive an absolutely ridiculous round in the Prologue, and this is something that a lot of people are struggling on. This is genuinely one of the hardest challenges in Zombies that we've ever been given, and this is something that a majority of players will not complete without the proper guidance or practice. So what I'm going to do in this video is show you guys the strategy that works best for me to get it done. It's definitely came like a long time for me to come up with it and to perfect the strategy, but it's something that I can do pretty consistently now since I've practiced it a lot and I know how it runs. So what I'm going to do is kind of just walk you guys through the setup, through the strategy, so you can get this challenge on yourself to unlock the Mountaineer character. So the requirements for this challenge are pretty simple to understand. The first one you need to do is complete wave 25 in the Prologue without going down. So you need to do 25 rounds flawless in the Prologue. And now the other challenge is you need to do 25 rounds without opening the secret door or the barn door downstairs. Both those have to remain shut the whole time. You can take downs during this challenge, but you can't open either door. So you can, if you want to, you can choose to do both these challenges in one game, but you just have to survive 25 without opening the door and just using the MP40, taking no downs, which is pretty tough, or you can separate them. Whatever you decide to do, those are the two that you need to complete. Also want to throw a quick little disclaimer here. When we're in depth with the strategy, it's going to get a little bit technical, so if you're new to Zombies and you're not really familiar with this kind of stuff, this might be a little much for you. If you just want to watch the gameplay, I'll probably just let it play out at the end so you can just see what the strategy looks like and try to replicate it for yourself. But I'm going to go in detail as to exactly how to run the strategy, because it's all about timing, and you're going to see that a little bit later on, when we actually break it down. But with all that out of the way, we can actually get into the real setup of what you're going to want to do before you even start your game of the Prologue. You'll need to make sure that your MP40 has all the right attachments. So what you're going to want to run on this is, I would recommend, number one most important attachment would be extended mag. So make sure you have that on. The second most would probably be rapid fire, and then you're going to want steady aim as well as foregrip. Now, you can run quick draw, that's fine. If you want a sight, that's cool as well, but I highly recommend these. Now, do not, I repeat, do not run FMJ. If you're trying to do the challenge where you need to keep the door shut, like not unlocking the secret room, if you run FMJ, there's a high chance that your bullets will go through the walls and end up hitting those lanterns. Once your gun's all strapped up and ready to go, we're going to get into the strategy here. Now, I'm going to basically break this down into three different strats. There's going to be your low round strat, your mid round strat, and your high round strat. So low rounds is going to be everything from 1 to 12. Your mid round strat is going to be from 13 to 20, and then your high round strat is going to be from 20 to 25, because you actually need to complete wave 25, not just get there for this challenge to actually work. So during your low round strat, all you're going to have is your MP40, obviously. Make sure you have armor in your revive, all that kind of stuff. I recommend having the revive, even if you're going for the flawless, just so if you haven't taken it down, it's not completely over, and you can continue to practice, playing the strategy as well. So it's nice to have that if you're at least going for it. But your low round strategy, literally just stay in the main room in the basement and get kills. Let them sort of just, kind of file in. It won't get too hectic. Use your free fire if needed, but it's pretty easy to handle these ones. Everything from about, 1 to maybe 11 or 12. Now, when you're in your mid rounds, you'll need to employ a little bit of a different strategy than your low round, because at this point, you will not be able to hold off all of them just shooting with your MP40 and keeping the basement locked down. You're going to actually need to take a little bit of a route to keep them trained, and so you can actually stay alive. So what you want to do during your mid rounds is, when they're filtering in at the beginning of the round, you can kill as many as possible, but when there's at least 5 in the room, this is when you'll need to take the route. So do exactly what I just did right there. Cut to the right in this back room, and you're going to want to hold them as long as you can at that doorway. Now, what I mean by that is, this is where it's going to get a little bit technical and kind of hard to explain, but when you shoot a zombie in the head and they don't exactly die, they have this animation where they kind of knock back a little bit and stand in place. You pretty much stun them, and you'll need to stun as many as you can at that door to buy yourself some time. You'll also need to stun them in this hallway, because you'll need to buy as much time as you can on that back end, kind of where revive is. If you jump down too soon, the train that was going like up the stairs previously is going to break off and then catch you where the MP40 wall buy is. Very, very hard to explain, but you'll know what I mean if you run this. I'm trying to just kind of break this down as best I can, but you can see I'm trying to headshot as many as I can to buy myself time at this doorway, and then I'll literally rinse and repeat. You go back upstairs, and then you do the same thing. Try to knock as many as you can on the staircase as well, because you need them to pile up, and when they're all scattered about, that's when you're going to run into your most problems. But if you can keep them held up for as long as possible, that's what you want to do. You'll quickly understand that this strategy is all about timing, right? So I'm just trying to show you as many examples as I can of just getting them to pile up at certain choke choke points. So your main choke points are going to be that doorway to the right where you cut over, and then your second one is going to be that staircase that you go upstairs on, and then the third one is going to be when you're backed up by the machine and try to hold them at this case when you're looking at the armor station. So when you can do that properly and you've got this timing down, you literally just keep going in this route over and over again, over in circles until round 20, and that's when the blade zombies spawn in, and then your strategy isn't really going to change too much, but it is going to get more hectic, and you'll have to account for another factor as well. You won't really need to change anything from your mid-round strategy in essence, but you will just need to make sure that you control the pacing of the zombies. And the only way to do that is to get those headshots to, the ones in the front to block the zombies behind so that the caboose of the train can catch up. Now, the only thing you need to account for now is that you have a blade zombie on the field. He's either going to spawn in late or early during the round. It really just depends. But what you want to do is at least make sure that at all times you know where he is. Even if he's not in sight, just make sure that you know, oh, maybe he's upstairs or he's downstairs by the staircase. And if that's true, then you'll know like where you should go and where you should take your train, and maybe even where not to. The best way to handle these guys is to save them for the end of the round when you have it controlled, like maybe down to 1 or 2, and then you can just go ahead and take these, because they're really not a big deal as long as there's not a lot of zombies on the field. But if he does happen to be in your way mid-round, all you need to do is just shoot him a few times when he's close to you to get him in that stunning animation so that he cannot hit you, and then you can walk right past him. So pretty much don't confront him during mid-round. Wait until you have it control, or there's only just a few left, and then you can take him out so much easier. And then when you're doing the mid-round, you can get a lot of shots on him, like while you're just going about it, you know what I mean? Like take shots while you can. If he's backed up into a corner and you're clear, you've got a good few seconds before the train catches up, take as many shots as you can to weaken him up just so he's less of a pain later on. They're really not that intimidating or hard to deal as long as you know like where they are at all times and how weak they are. And that's kind of hard to gauge. It's something that you have to play through a few times to really get a feel for, how much bullets they can take. But don't really make it a priority to kill them first. Just get them out of your way, distract them, just put them off until as long as you can towards the end of the round, and then that's when you can take them on. So I think what I'm going to do right now, guys, is just probably let the rest of the gameplay, I'll let you guys watch all of round 25, let that play out so you can see what it looks like. And if this helps at all, guys, make sure you leave a like on the video. That'd be awesome. Hit that subscribe button if you are brand new. I hope this helped. I try to explain the best way I can, but just kind of hard to explain to you guys like what's going through my mind as I'm playing this game, because this challenge is quite hard and it's something that I don't expect a lot of people actually to get done because this is quite advanced. But anyways, I hope this does help in any capacity. I'm going to let all of round 25 play out just so you guys can take a look at it. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you up on the next video. Peace out.
just up ahead. I hope the others made it.